Welcome back to Face the Nation. We're going to turn now to the Palestinian ambassador to the United States, Maen Areikat. He is the chief representative of the Palestinians here. Mr. Ambassador, thank you so much.
Thank you.
You heard what Prime Minister Netanyahu said this morning. He said, look, as long as they keep firing rockets, we're going to retaliate, and no country could expect us to do less.
No country would expect anybody to do that, but Prime Minister Netanyahu forgets the fact that Gaza is still under military occupation. He forgets the fact that the Palestinian people are still under his military occupation, and therefore he cannot compare the situation there to any situation around the world. I think the root cause of all the violence that we have witnessed over the last 48 years since Israel occupied the West Bank, Gaza, and East Jerusalem in 1967 is due to the continued Israeli military occupation.
Well, having said that, and I understand what you're saying here, the fact is rockets were coming out of the Gaza. And what was it? He said 400, 500 of them coming out of there. They have to take action to protect their people when that kind of an assault is going on.
Well, I think our objective right now is to reach an immediate ceasefire, return to the 2012 understandings between Hamas and Israel. You have to also to remember, so far Israel have carried out 1,300 airstrikes against the Gaza Strip, dropped more than 1,000 tons of explosive on the most densely populated area on the face of earth. 170 Palestinians have been killed so far, 1,200 wounded, and including destruction of more than 1,500 homes, hospitals, mosques, schools were targeted. You cannot target a building even though if you suspected that a militant is there. According to Amnesty International, that's a war crime.
But, Ambassador, there were weapons being hidden in mosques. These things just go on. I mean, they are putting these weapons and things in civilian homes. And the Israelis say, look, we're even, calling them on the phone and say, get out of there.
Yeah, I mean, they've done that in the beginning. Now, according to civilians in Gaza whom we spoke to, they no longer warn people. Yesterday, in an attack on a building to take out, supposedly, allegedly, one militant, they killed 18 people in the process. Tell me what law, what international law allows a country, a superiorly militarily country, to target a civilian population in order to take out targets. Gaza is very densely populated. Now, there may be instances that there has been rockets fired from within buildings, but does this justify that you kill 170 people and wound 12 in less than a week? I don't think so.
I was recently in Israel. I went down to the border with Gaza. The Palestinians there kept telling me that the reason that Hamas wanted to form this new alliance with your organization, they said, Hamas is very weak. And that's the reason for this alliance. Well, it looks like Hamas is running the show. It looks like they're driving the boat right now, not your organization.
Well, I think that the purpose of that reconciliation effort by the PLO was to bring Hamas into the fold of the PLO. When we were divided, Israel kept saying, who should we talk to? The leaders in Ramallah, West Bank, or the ones in Gaza? Now that we are trying to unite our ranks so that whenever there are political negotiations with Israel, we can reach an agreement with Israel once and for all to end the conflict, the Israelis are saying we cannot talk to a united Palestinian front. So we are confused here. I think Hamas has been practical in its political positions in recent years. I don't think Hamas is seeking a confrontation with Israel. You have to keep in mind that the confrontation did not start with the kidnapping of these 3 teenage settlers on June 12th. Ever since the negotiations between the United States and Israel started in July of 2013, until June of 2014, 66 Palestinians were killed by the Israeli army. And that tells you that there is a problem there.
Let me ask you this. Do you think that President Abbas, who's the president of the Palestinian Authority, does he still have any influence at all over Hamas?
Well, I think he is exerting his best. I think he is talking to Hamas political leaders. He's talking to different parties in the region. He's talking with the United States, with Europe, with Arab countries. President Abbas' main objective right now is to stop the carnage in the Gaza Strip, to stop the bleeding in the Gaza Strip. The Palestinian innocent civilians, children or women, are paying the price for this massive Israeli airstrikes.
What would you like to see happen right now?
I would like to see an immediate ceasefire, an engagement, and then moving to deal with the root cause of the issue, which is ending the Israeli military occupation of the Palestinian people.
Mr. Ambassador, thank you for giving us your side. We will be back and talk to the U.S., the ambassador from Israel to the United States in just a minute. So stay with us.